All right, welcome back. This is Unit 1 Review, page 2. So this will be problems 7 and 8. So let's jump right in. Number 7 says, using the figure below, state the transversal that forms each pair of angles. So we want to state the transversal and then give its special name. You will notice I am going to abbreviate a little bit, alternate and exterior and interior and corresponding and some of that kind of stuff. But if you need to write them all the way out, go right ahead. So I'm going to start by looking at angle 1 and angle 12. One of the easiest things to do is angle 1. You'll notice I'm going to highlight angle 1 and angle 12. And angle 1 is made up by two lines. It's line M and line R. And angle 12 is made up by two lines. It's line K and line R. So the transversal is the one that they have in common. Which one do they share? They share line R. So that is the transversal. And what special type of angles are they? If I just now look, so let me see if this helps you kind of see this. This is kind of all I'm going to look at. I'm going to kind of darken everything else away. And I want to know angle 1 and angle 12, what type of angles are they? They are outside of the non-transversal lines. So the two lines running left and right. They're outside, so they are exteriors. And they are on opposite sides of the transversal. So these two are what we call alternate exterior. They are alternate exterior angles. Okay, let's take a look at the second one here. The second one says angle 2 and angle 10. So here's angle 2. And here is 10. And which line do they have in common? So angle 2 is lines R and M. Angle 10 is lines R and K, so they both have line R. And again, just like before, we're going to picture just that left side, and 2 and 10 are corresponding angles. They're like, those are the postage stamps. All right. Those are the ones that we talked about in class that we called the postage stamp angles. All right, the third pair, 4 and 9. So here's 4, and here is 9. Which line do they have in common? Again, it's R for the third straight time. And 4 and 9, they are now inside the line, so they're interior. They're on opposite sides, so they are alternate interior. Alternate interior angles. All right, the next one looks like 6 and 3. So here's 6, and here's 3. So which line do they have in common? Which one do they share? Now they share line M. So if you have to, you can kind of turn your paper sideways if you want the transversal to run up and down. Sometimes that makes it a little bit easier to see. But I can tell that 3 and 6 are both outside the non-transversal lines. And they're on opposite sides. So again, we have alternate exterior. Alternate exterior. All right, 14 and 10. 14 and 10. So here's 14 and here's 10. Which line do they have in common? So which one is their transversal? They both have K in common. So line K is the transversal. You'll notice one is inside and one is outside. They are on the same side of the transversal. My options, same side of the transversal. They are not both interior. So these are what we call corresponding. So corresponding angles. And the last one, 7 and 13. So 7 is right here, and 13 is right there. Which line do they have in common? Looks like they have T in common. That is the transversal. And as I look at this, 7 and 13 are on the same side of the transversal. And they are now both inside. So same side. Interior angles. Same side interior angles for 7 and 13. All right, let's jump down and take a look at number 8. Question number 8 says find the values of all the variables, show all steps. All right, before we get started, I do want to highlight something real quick. These little arrows that you see, these little arrows that you see here and here show that those two lines are parallel. Those are two parallel lines. So we have a whole bunch of, when parallel lines are cut by a transversal, there are a whole bunch of things that we can say congruent or supplementary. So two parallel lines cut by a transversal. I'm now looking at this angle and this angle. The type of angle that these are corresponding angles. Those are corresponding angles. And we know that if two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, corresponding angles are congruent. Well, congruent means equal. So that means 3x minus 15. Slow down here. It means 3x minus 15 has to be equal to 2x plus 7. Why are they equal? Because they're corresponding angles, and we know that corresponding angles are congruent. I'll subtract 2x on both sides. And I'm actually going to add 15 as well to both sides. I'm just going to do 2 steps at once. It's okay. If you need to do them in 2 steps, do them in 2 steps. 3x minus 2x is x. And then negative 15 and 15 is 0. So the left side is just x. The right side, 2x minus 2x is nothing. And 15 and 7 is 22. So x is 22. Let's see, is that what they want me to find? Find the variables. Yes, so the value of the variable. We've got it. All right. Let's take a look at B. So these two lines both have a single mark in the middle. That tells me that they are parallel. If you look here, you'll see double arrows. That means those two lines are parallel. So my left and right lines are parallel. My up and down lines are both parallel. So I have 2 different sets of parallel lines. But that's okay. I'm going to do the same kind of process here. So I told you, if you have multiple variables, look for the one that shows up the most. But you'll notice x, y, and z all show up just one time. I'm going to just find them alphabetically. I'm going to try to find x first. So I know something about this angle. It's 72 degrees. And this angle here is its same side interior. So I have my same side interior angles. And I know that same side interior angles are supplementary. Those are supplementary angles. So that means x plus 72 supplementary has to add up to 180. Solving this, subtract 72 on both sides. So x is 108. All right. I'm going to find y now. So I'm going to use this 72 again, and I'm going to use this angle right here. It has y in it. Whether these are parallel lines or non-parallel lines, that really doesn't even matter. These are a linear pair. And a linear pair are supplementary. Those are supplementary. They're going to add up to 180. So I will go 3y, add 72, set it equal to 180. Subtract 72 on both sides. So 3y is 108. And that means y is divided by 3, 36. Y will be 36. And the last one, to find z. Well, in order to find z, I need something that I can pair up with this angle. And actually, this angle here and this one, I know from my first part, we said x is 108. I'll make that a 108. And these two types of angles, if you look at your 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal, these are corresponding angles. And we know that corresponding angles are congruent. So I can set those two things equal. 3z plus 18 has to equal 108. I'll subtract 18 on both sides. 3z is what? 90. Divide by 3, and that means z is 30. So as I take a look, because those are corresponding angles, z is 30. So x is 108, y is 36, and z is 30. That concludes page 2. Thank you, and page 3 is up next.